Hi everyone, how's it going? It's Daphna. I'm here with another production breakdown, this time for my song Bad People, Bad Things.
Rub my face in the dirt with what he stole from me.
Time to put our headphones on. Okay, this song is very simple in its essence. It's pretty much just drums, bass, vocals, guitar. Like, that's really all it is. And then it's just a shit ton of vocal layers and a lot of distortion. Oh, and I have like 2 synths in there. But yeah, pretty much the very beginning starts off with this weird vocal line thing that I have going. We can listen to that without any plugins. Like, that sounds lame. That sounds so lame and so bad, and you're probably like, Daphna, how did you even think to start the song off like that? Sorry, my mic cable's kind of borked. That is what it sounds like with no plugins, so it obviously sounds terrible. What I first did is added this EQ in saturation, like the decapitator, with the Punish old radio voice. Which really doesn't do that much. It just only adds a little bit of distortion, but the real magic is these plugins right here. Or actually, we'll just start with this one. This one is really what is distorting it. It's the UAD Raw Distortion plugin. Like, that's pretty much already the sound of it. But then I added this tape recorder plugin here, so it would add some warmth to it. It's pretty subtle, but it's definitely there. It's like some extra noise. The spreader, so the vocals are kind of like more throughout the track. And then just EQ'd it a little bit and added some reverb. And so we have those vocals come in, and then immediately the bass follows. And I did the bass a little bit different on this track. I pretty much recorded it twice, and I panned it hard left, hard right, and I really liked the sound that it gave that. And I just have it going through with the decapitator for some distortion, and I recorded it through my UAD console just directly, but then I have this amp preset on it. So it's going through that amp, that's what's being recorded, and then I added the distortion and some EQ. So that's the very beginning, and then the drums come in. So the drums are pretty much based off of this splice loop I found. It's usually, let me just find the actual one so we can hear it without any of my plugins. I love when stuff is difficult, and when there are technical difficulties, it's so fun. There it is. So it's like a pretty chill drum loop, but then as soon as we speed it up to 95 BPM, pretty fucking sick. Okay, so that splice loop on its own definitely isn't enough oomph, so I like to layer it with some more little pieces. So I felt that the kick could be deeper, so I added this kick. And then the snare also could have had some more bang to it, so here's that. And then together with the loop, this is what that sounds like. And then I also have this is like one of my favorite sounds. It's just like a window swiping sample, and I have that like with a tremolo, so it's going from left to right pretty much. And I just think it adds some extra spice to the drum loop. So that is the drums for the beginning, for the first verse. And for most of the song, I changed it up a little bit in the chorus, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, the first verse, then my vocals come in right here.
Bad people get to do bad things, and
it's with my usual vocal chain. I think the only thing, I might have just messed with the EQ a little bit to like up these frequencies more. But yeah, I just have center vocal and then right, left, when those are a little quieter than the main vocal. But
the world keeps spinning when it's done to me.
And I record those with my TLM 103 mic and my UAD Apollo. I then have the Neve preamp on that. And I think I was recording this at like 45 dB or something.
Why would you pay for crimes that you commit for free?
And then we have that little break where I think this is the only part where the weird vocals stop. It's right here. But then they very quickly come back in. But yeah, I have this acoustic guitar that comes in. And I just have a shit ton of distortion on that. So that's with the decapitator. And I also have this tape recorder on that. And then I have the distorted version and then also just like the other acoustic. And it's kind of like modulated like in a fun way, I think, if we do it without the ensemble plug-in. But then with it, yeah, it adds some nice like flange to it. And then this is the distressor. I don't actually know what this is doing. I got a bunch of new plugins and I've kind of just been throwing them on things and just like, oh, that sounds cool. And not really knowing what it's doing, but just enjoying the sound. And that is just a lot of what my music experience has been. Then for the second part of the verse,
no cosmic justice or a pop.
We have this mopey keys coming in right here. So with none of my added plugins, this is what it sounds like. It's from the OPX, the Vibra keys. And then I just add, EQ, delay, spreader, so it's out there. The Nanny plugin is really fun. It's just this distortion plugin. And then also the oxide tape recorder again.
Just a short apology, it's just a one-man scammer.
And the rest of the verse is the same, just with those same elements. And then we have the transition into the chorus.
What he stole from me.
So we just have the drums cut out momentarily here. So for the E, but that's kind of the only thing that cuts out. I guess the guitar also cuts out right there. And then we have everything come in. We have this crash cymbal loop that comes in. That just makes the drums a little bit more aggressive. And then no song of mine is a song of mine without some laser sounds. So we have this laser sound coming in. I love it. And then we also have this synth layered on top of that Mopey Keys melody. It's the Farfisa plugin with just like the radiator, devil lock. Yeah, pretty much a lot of distortion kind of things. But yeah, it's called the Madman synth because I use it in my song Madman, which is a really fun, really cool Halloween song that I'll probably be remastering because when I first put it out, I was doing it in like a week because I wanted it to be ready by Halloween. And then there are just some things that I could clean up and really just like make it more fun. So who knows, maybe I'll do that. Don't quote me though. So after the chorus, everything cuts out except for
worse than just my money.
We still have the bass and the vocals going. But yeah, now I have a lot more harmonies. This is the first time I'm harmonizing in this song.
Worse than just my money.
Pretty simple.
Worse than just my money.
And then for this verse, instead of having the vocals like stay at the left and right, I just have the main vocal isolated on its own. I like doing that when I want the like vocal line to feel more raw, I guess is the word for it. But
he took away my pride, made me question my own judgment in my efforts to survive. And I know there won't be any retribution for his crimes, 'cause the backbone of this country is to steal and cheat and lie.
I think also having it isolated allows like that next part to feel all the more big, because all of a sudden we're going from one vocal to a bunch. But yeah, also with the backing vocals, we have it building with the harmonies as like the line progresses, as the melody progresses.
To survive, and I know there won't be any retribution for his crimes, 'cause the backbone of this country is to steal and cheat and lie.
And what I love about layering a bunch of vocals is it allows me to do things like this. Like if you were to listen to this, to me belting this on its own.
'Cause the backbone of this country is to steal and cheat and lie.
Kind of not good. The distortion helps. Okay, let's listen to it without any plugins. Like, it's actually embarrassing.
'Cause the backbone of this country is to steal and cheat and lie.
It just sounds kind of like stupid. But as soon as you add the distortion and then layer it a bunch, like I think that's me doing the same thing.
'Cause the backbone of this country is to steal and cheat and lie.
And then with everything.
'Cause the backbone of this country is to steal and cheat and lie.
It fits right in. And then we also have the shouting come in. So this is just where I shout a bunch of times. Ah! Not scream, shout.
Cheat, lie.
Yeah, it's just me going steal, cheat, lie, like 10 times. And I think I do it, like I like to do it a bunch of like different ways.
Steal, cheat, lie.
Just so like there's just more depth to the vocals and it sounds like it's a group yelling it instead of just me. So we have that, and then that's just with a bunch of distortion and reverb and delay on it. This is the delay bus. It's just this kilohertz dual delay and then J37. Oh yeah, and the kilohertz plugin is, they have a bunch of free ones. Like this was a free one. I would recommend. They have like a fun tape stop recorder thing that I just got and I really enjoy it. And we also, this EEE is literally just the same plugins that we have as those beginning vocals. Just going through the whole thing, and we have that as well as my clean vocals on top singing that line. And then at the very end of the song, we have this vocal line that comes in.
Bad, bad people do bad, bad things. Bad, bad people do bad, bad things.
And I both distorted it and added the tremolo just so it would like stand out more in the mix. I mean, the distortion doesn't necessarily do that because everything's distorted, but the tremolo I think helps kind of make it more distinct because it's moving and changing as it goes on. But yeah, that's kind of it. Like, yeah, I don't really have anything else going on. I guess just like in the chorus, we have the distorted guitar still. The acoustic. But yeah, that is kind of all we have for this song. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and I just think it's really fun. I love this song. I'm very happy that that man scammed me. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Comment if you have any questions on anything or if you feel like I didn't go in depth on something. And also if you want me to break down another song from one of my past projects that I just ended up not getting to. So, yeah. Love you. Bye.